Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm continuing to work on the figure. Now I have two butt cheeks, and what do you do with butt cheeks? They usually sit right next to each other most of the time. So I will put my camera right on my workspace here and share screen so you can see what I'm doing. And yeah, here are get this properly aligned here. Yeah, I've got two butt cheeks now. They both have needles and thread coming from them because I didn't finish off the thread because I'm going to go right into combining them, putting them together. Because like I said, most butt cheeks are usually pretty close to each other. Um, Therefore, what I'll do is I'm going to pick a side to start adding to and from. And so far, let's see, what is easiest to match up? I've got stitches of different sizes. So I've got a single bead gap here. I've got 3 beads here, so maybe I won't join that one. There are not a whole lot of those. I'm going to pick an area. Again, I want to also kind of make it believable. Well, as believable as you can make out of beads, and join them together in an appropriate spot. But I also don't want to make it too hard on myself either. Therefore, let's see. Oh, hey, I've got a couple good matchup spots, but one thing about this is that if I sewed the very edge to the very edge, it wouldn't be that flat, but there would be no butt cleavage. So really, depending on how you want to do it, if I was to make this a clothed figure, and this figure will be partially clothed, but if I want to make a clothed figure and a butt on the clothed figure, I could make two different butt cheeks and then sew them together at the edges, and there would be plenty of definition in the butt. But if I wanted to make it so that each butt cheek had clothing on top of it, I would probably make a long, instead of starting with the tiny 3 beads like I did in the previous video I showed you, I would probably make a long line that goes from the outermost portion of one butt cheek to another and go back and forth in a long oval, and then have basically an oval combo butt. Um, but now that I am, I have decided to make, let's see here, I have decided to mate these two butt cheeks in a more dramatic fashion, shall we say. I'm actually going to take my thread down into the work, and instead of sewing each butt cheek to the one butt cheek to the other at the edge, I'm going to sew it further down in the piece. So down I go. And let's say a couple rows down, doesn't have to be a million miles deep or anything. It can be if I want it to be. If you want it to be, you can do it that way. And I will mate it to, well, I'm coming out of a 2 bead spot, so let's mate it to another 2 bead spot. Here is a 2 bead spot. Oh, I'll find a better 2 bead spot. Here we go. Here's a 2 bead spot. Ah, it's tricky. These are kind of stiff because they're so filled with thread already. Each bead has at least, because I'm using doubled thread, at least 4 beads, or excuse me, 4 strands of thread passing through it. When I do this, it means there are at least 6 strands of beads of thread passing through the beads. So I've got it started, it's matching, these two sides are becoming connected to each other. And yeah, I'll have some nice deep butt cleavage this way. So I'll leave you at that so you're not starting to snooze off here or anything. And I will continue in the next video after I get a little bit more of that finished. And now I will show you the next portion. After I put the butt cheeks together, I have to fill in this area. I have to, have to fill in the extra area because it's going to, number one, match on the bottom end, match up, pardon the pun, the match up and be connected to each one is going to be connected to each leg. And on the top, it's going to be connected to something that is done in beadwork, the hips, the waist, that is done in the round going this direction. So I have to mate up something that's going this direction and this direction to something that's going this direction. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. That requires some maneuvering, let's say, with the beads. And that is again why I generally don't make patterns for these types of things. So I hope you enjoyed that little jaunt of butt cheek jaunt there, and I'll hope to see you next time. And if you're on YouTube, please hit the like button and the share button, and I will be eternally grateful. Take it easy. Bye.